Hi guys, my name's Alana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, That Grunge Girl. If you're new here, make sure you click that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I make mental health content here on YouTube. I have a lot of playlists, so check them out. And thanks for watching this video. So for this week's topic, I'm going to be giving you a little bit of a life update on myself because I haven't done one of these in a really long time because I normally keep my updates with my mental health on my Instagram. I have two Instagrams. I have one which is called That Grunge Girl, and I'll put the picture up here on the screen if you want to follow. And then I have a separate account which is a mental health account where I post updates every month normally with my mental health, what's going on. I do mental health education on there, so about medications, about different mental health issues and ways to cope. And I also have a TikTok which is mainly just for mental health as well. But anyway, so for this video though, I'm going to be doing just a life update and mental health update. So I will start with the biggest change in my life, which has been that I recently got a job. And on the day I'm filming this video, I actually have my first shift today. If you've been following me on my Instagrams and YouTube, you know that this has been so difficult. I have been looking for work. You can go back to videos back from like 2017. Multiple mental illnesses and a learning disorder called dyscalculia, but I also, I have mental illnesses, and some of those mental illnesses that highly have affected my ability to work is I have generalized anxiety, social anxiety, agoraphobia, and I think that's it. So with the agoraphobia and the social anxiety, which leads to panic attacks. I have not been working for the past year because I've had two separate jobs, and I made whole videos on all of this information. So if you want to know more, I've got videos all about these job situations, story times, why I wasn't working, all that. Basically, in a nutshell, my agoraphobia has been the main thing, and my social anxiety. I had really negative experiences with employers because of my disabilities and was discriminated against a lot with my disabilities and my mental health. I decided that about a month or two ago that I was ready to start looking for work again. And I was kind of looking into what I wanted to do, studying to become a counsellor, but that is a long-term goal and it's going to take me a while to get to the point where I can actually do that. So I needed something in between, and I just have been struggling financially very badly. And just having a job would obviously help me. The thing is that I'm on a disability pension, so I can't work more than 15 hours per week. And the problem that I was having with trying to get jobs is that every employer, as soon as I said that, they were like, no, we don't want to hire you. And they told me they didn't want to hire me because they didn't want somebody who could only do 15 hours, and they wanted someone who could do more than that. And the other thing is that I can't do a job where I'm left on my own because of my learning disorder. I need to kind of always have someone else, another colleague, like another staff member. I applied for heaps and heaps of jobs, and I actually got a job, and it's a retail job. It's in a clothing store. They have two, so I kind of am going to be eventually alternating between the two locations, but the one I'm starting at is so quiet. There's barely any customers coming in. The manager is so lovely, and she's really nice. And I had my first shift today. It was just 3 hours, and it was just training. Not gonna lie, it's definitely going to be challenging for me because of my learning disorder. I had to take a lot of medication. I've been taking more than I normally take because I told my psychiatrist I'm going to be working, and the only way that I can manage to work, is because I have agoraphobia, because I have panic attacks and severe anxiety. Like, the only way that I can kind of do things in social settings and in work is with medication. So I've been taking quetiapine in the morning And then I have just started taking Valium. So I take that on the days that I work. I take the quetiapine every morning and every night as normal. That never changes, but we added on the Valium to take because I've just been having very bad anxiety overall, and with study work, I knew that the only way I could manage was that. And I can say, like, I had a 3-hour shift this morning. I took a medication this morning and I went, and so far it went really well. My anxiety was pretty well managed. My body was not feeling like I was going to have a panic attack, which was really good because I was really, really stressed that I was going to end up having a panic attack, because that has happened in the past a lot. And yeah, so I tried to put all of my past experiences out of my mind, and I went in, and yeah, I think the shift went really well, and yeah, I'm really excited. Like I'm so excited to have this job, and it's something that is going to be challenging, but I'm so grateful and blessed. And honestly, it was completely God that got me the job, because the whole application process was so easy, so good, and the manager was so lovely, and they weren't discriminating against the fact that I could only do 15 hours. In fact, this is why I'm saying, like, it was totally God set this up for me, because they can't give me more than that anyway, because they said that they need someone who just can fill in for the lunch shift and who can just come in if someone's sick, or like, they couldn't give me heaps of hours. And I was like, that is great, because I can't do more than 15. And they were like, that's totally fine. So yeah, that is a major, major life update. Moving on. So like I mentioned, my medications, I might just do a quick update on medications because I don't know what I've said in the past. So currently I take quetiapine. So I take some in the morning and I take some at night. I take Epilum I take Epilum in the morning and at night. It's also called sodium valproate. Then I take, what else do I take? Then I take venlafaxine, which is a antidepressant. I take that in the morning. I also take Valium on the days that I'm working, and I take it sometimes at home. It's kind of my PRN medication, which basically means that you take it when you need it. Except obviously, like, when I'm working, I have to take it. But I've been taking it sometimes when I'm at home just because my anxiety has been really, really bad, unfortunately, lately. And my irritability, and I basically went with the Valium. I try to do everything else because I really don't like taking medication, but it's been getting to the point lately where, like, I do try everything else and nothing works. Like, I try natural things and I try, like, all the tools that I have, but nothing has been working. So, everyone's been encouraging me to take the medication. And it's obviously, it's being monitored by, like, my mom and, like, my psychiatrist and doctor and everything. I don't have access to my medications anyway, like, we have it locked up. But yeah, so I take that. And then I'm just thinking, and then I take mirtazapine at nighttime as well. I'm also taking, a new thing is that I've gone back on the contraceptive pill, because my acne has unfortunately been really, really bad, and I think I know why, which I'm going to move on to this in a minute. But my skin was amazing, and it was looking really, really good for a really long time because I was using a prescribed retinoid, and it worked so well, and I'm still on it now. And I was having really good results with my skin. I finally found some skincare products that really worked for me. But recently, I haven't really talked about this on this channel, and I'm not going to go into heaps of detail about this because I don't really want to, but basically, like, at the end of last year or beginning of this year, I was diagnosed with anorexia. So, as you know, that obviously impacts your skin and stuff. So the reason why I ended up going back on the pill, because I've been on it before, but I ended up going back on it just to try to give me some sort of hormone regulation because, obviously, like when you're not really eating what you're supposed to, like it affects like periods and it affects hormones. And so I've been getting really bad acne. I got makeup on today, but been getting really, really bad cystic acne and really bad hormonal acne, which I have not had since I was a teenager. And it's just been getting worse and worse and worse, and it's been like months. So I ended up going back on the pill. So that's also another medication I take. Originally, I was diagnosed with bulimia, and then I actually got assessed by the proper like eating disorder specialist people, and they were like, "Oh no, we think it's basically they end up putting anorexia or binge purge subtype." But I didn't really realize, but this isn't a new thing. I know I never talked about it on my channel on any of my social medias, but unbeknownst to me, because I didn't really know this wasn't, I didn't really think anything was ever like wrong or really pick up on anything like as not normal. But basically, I've been struggling with bulimia since I was about 13. Basically, it just turned into anorexia, but then binge purge subtype. But yes, so that was something which has been that in itself, this whole thing has been so stressful. I think is why my anxiety has been really bad. It has been giving me so much stress because I'm at the doctors all the time because they want me to be there all the time to check stuff. And I've been, like just, it's just been a whole thing. I had to go to like a specialist because we don't really have much where I live in regards to eating disorder treatment. And then like at one point I was being told you should go to Brisbane to get inpatient stuff. And then we looked at the inpatient stuff and I didn't really want to go anyway, but we looked at it and I was like, there's no way that I can commit. It was a private hospital, and I said, there's no way that I'm not gonna be able to do what their rules. Like I'm not gonna be able to follow their rules. And then they're gonna send me to public psychiatric, whatever. So I was like, no. Also, I've been so anxious about starting this job, but I'm so glad that the first shift was done because I was like, getting really anxious about that. But so all my other diagnoses are still the same. Nothing else has changed. Everything is set in stone in regards to what I'm diagnosed with. Like it's been thoroughly looked at by a lot of people. But yes, so then I'm going to move on just to like my general mental health. So in regards, so moving on from like the eating disorder thing, so I'm not going to be going into detail. I'm not going to be making videos on that either. So yeah, but in regards to self-harm, I don't really know what I've said on here, but I was 6 months clean, which was like absolute miracle. Don't know how I did that. That's the longest I've ever gone. I have had, unfortunately, from that afterwards, I've had a few little blips here and there, nothing like major, and I wouldn't call it I still call myself in recovery because it wasn't really like a big thing. And it was just kind of like, it was, yeah, I'm still in recovery from it and I'm still going really well in regards to that. It's definitely not something that I am actively engaging in like regularly anymore, and like I've really worked on that. It's taken me years to get to the point where I'm at now, where I can kind of move on from that coping mechanism, but obviously it's still something that I struggle with, like in regards to triggers and managing that in like constant thoughts and just trying to live life and deal with everything without that. It's very, very hard. Bipolar, I haven't had any episodes since February, I think, of this year. I had a manic episode and a depressive episode. I actually think I have some vlogs where I'm manic. I don't know, can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I was filming stuff, so I don't even want to look at the video. I don't want to look at the videos because it's probably very, very embarrassing. But yes, probably was filming stuff. So bipolar is going pretty good. The only thing has been that we've been quite conscious about the fact that I've been so anxious and stressed. My sleep hasn't been very good, so we've been really monitoring it just to make sure that I'm not going to get manic, because that is a big trigger for me, stress. And obviously the job, that's a change, and just their life changes. So those things have been a little bit challenging. Another update is that I actually adopted a cat, a stray cat, a few months ago. Now, probably about 6 months ago, actually. She's sometimes in the background of videos. She's just sleeping on my bed. You can't really see her, but she is adorable. I named her Sasha. We looked everywhere for her owner and we couldn't find her owner. We took her to the vet and she was not microchipped. She was desexed. The vet said she was probably around 3. So, and then the vet was like, okay, well, you've tried looking for the owner. Like, do you want to keep her or do you want to, put her in the pound or do whatever? And I was like, no, no, no. But because I live at home, my mom is not a fan of cats at all. But she gave in and she let me adopt her. So she's my cat. I have 2 guinea pigs as well. But yeah, so now I have a cat. She's just sleeping. She's so cute. And having animals, I've had my guinea pigs for a year now, and having animals have been a big, big thing for my mental health. It has helped me so much, and just having something to look after, and like I have to get up in the morning. I can't just like stay in bed and I can't just sit down all day and like not do anything because I have to go look after my animals, and just spending time with my animals and cuddling them and playing with them and everything and like looking after them and thinking about something other than yourself is so good. And it gets me outside as well because I go outside and stuff too for like my guinea pigs. So I get to go out there and have some fresh air. But yeah, in regards to my physical health, I don't know if I mentioned this ever, but I have been experiencing for a long time, this isn't new, but I have been experiencing a lot of involuntary movements. Kind of basically, my old psychiatrist said that he thought they were tics. And my new psychiatrist wanted me to even go and get like a neurologist. I couldn't get the word out to look into this all because it's getting to the point where I throw things by accident. Like I'm not trying to. My computer almost went flying across my room, nearly got broken. I've dropped it's been getting really annoying and it's more of a nuisance. And it is kind of embarrassing. And there's been points where I've had like some verbal tics as well. But this isn't actually a new thing. So before people come at me, because I know this is very like, everyone gets really annoyed about this topic for some reason, but this is definitely not a new thing. This has actually been going on since I was like a teenager, but it's just gotten worse over the last few years. And I don't know, I think it's because of my medications that I'm on, but we don't really know. And I've had so much going on. The last thing I want to do is go to a neurologist and get told there's something else wrong, so I've just left it. But yeah, so that is kind of a thing that does happen. I've had a few like physical health things going on, but nothing too major. My anxiety's been quite bad. I've been very, very irritable. BPD has been the big thing for me right now. BPD has just, I mean, it's always a thing, but it's been very, very hard. Just, it's not even like really rapid emotional changes. It's more, well, actually, it is, but it's not. It's not like I'm depressed, and it's not like I'm crying all the time, like I'm sad. It's just like I get such bad irritability, like so irritated and agitated. And obviously, because I have bipolar, like when you're manic and stuff, like I get very, very bad agitation. But it's, you know, with this BPD, like I get really bad agitation. I've been getting very, very quite high levels of just like severe like emptiness and like boredom and dissociating and not knowing like how old I am or my personal information, having to ask other people what my age is, and like just a lot of like derealization, dissociation stuff has been a big thing. And I think it may be due to anxiety as well, but also maybe the BPD, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but it's been really hard. And I've just been feeling like very, very I think more so like angry, but like angry not necessarily at people. It's more at myself. I just have very, very high expectations of myself. I'm very like type A personality and just have a hard time with like I just expect a lot of myself and I forget that I am disabled and that I actually do live with a lot of chronic health conditions, and it's like I expect myself though to be functioning at levels that everyone else is, when it's like, wait a minute, I'm dealing with like all this stuff and I'm on so much medication right now, and that also makes it hard to sometimes function and to think, even though it helps me so much. There's obviously the bad, like the other symptoms that come with it. Um, but yeah, so BPD hasn't really been good, and I've been very, very impulsive, like just spending ridiculous amounts of money, and so um, so that's been causing more stress financially, and I've had a lot of medical expenses. So, that is why I'm so blessed and grateful for this job, because I really need the money. Um, but yeah, another thing that's changed is that I have started volunteering at my church with the youth program, and I've been wanting to do it for a really long time, and I finally was able to kind of be involved with it. So I went last Friday and I had a really great time, hung out with some kids, did some card games, and yeah, it was a really great night, and I'm so, so happy about helping out. I love just being with all the teenagers and stuff, and just like having fun. Something I'm really passionate about. I love being around young people and encouraging them. I do it generally anyway, whether or not I'm helping or not. But yeah, just to be on a team and I'm with my friends. So yeah, it's really good. That is that for the update. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and that's my life update. And yeah, so if you want to know anything else, just leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in my next video.